Hello Bitzbox, it's Craig from Bitzbox.co.uk here with another conversion video. So this one was requested in the comments on one of our previous videos by a Karen, who says, can you do Devastator Primaris? And yes, 2 months later I've got round to doing this. So one way you could do Primaris Devastators is to simply put some Devastator arms on the intercessors and then just give it a head. I've used one from the Infiltrator set, and that's it. All done. See ya. Thanks for watching. I'm only joking. Obviously you can do that quite easily if you want to do it that way, but I thought I'm making a video, I've got to do something different. So in this video I'm going to look at reposing them slightly to make them more interesting, and then we'll work on the sergeant as well. So let's hit the desk. Okay, so as nice as this one is, obviously it'd be a bit boring just to show you a video of me putting Devastator arms on intercessors, so I thought I would use the opportunity in this video to perhaps have a go at repositioning some of the intercessors, making them a bit more interesting. So here we have intercessor frame, and yeah, the idea is to try and reposition the legs. Now what I'll do is on a couple of them, I'll probably just give them all missile launchers, as I just seem to have a load of missile launchers lying around. And I think missile launchers will be fairly decent in 9th. So yeah, let's get them actually in shot up here. I'm zoomed in a little bit, I may zoom out a smidge, there we go. So the idea of one of them is to have maybe like 1 foot up on a rock or something like that, and then to have another one which is kneeling down. This could go horribly wrong and could be terrible, but if it went wrong, you probably wouldn't be watching this video. So first, we just need to sort of dry fit and how the legs can go. I don't really need that torso front actually to do this. Just give myself a rough idea of the legs. So these are pretty much side by side, so that's good. Essentially you want to try fit them to find out which leg is going to be furthest forward, or whether they're going to be side by side, as this one is. Because it'd be a bit weird to have a back leg like on a rock or something like that. For this, I think we'll take this leg. So what we want to do, so I grab my rubber saw. What you want to do is follow the line of the armour here, so you can see that. Goes a bit out of focus the closer I get, and I'm right near the light. You see the you see that line there, so I'll follow that with my knife, or my saw, sorry. Don't worry about the knee pad, or where the knee pad will go. There's a bit what goes on here. Then you just want to chop it right down. Okay, so what you're left with are 2 pieces that look something like this, and the idea is to sort of put it together like that, fill in the gap with green stuff, and once you get this piece on with the knee plate, then it's not going to look terrible. I'm just going to file down this piece at a slight angle as well. And another thing you want to do as well is sort of remove this peg here, otherwise you won't get the angle that you want. So that's pretty much all there is to it. There's a lot of green stuff work in the middle, but essentially you're just doing flat armour. So, and if you want, you could even run a pin between the two to really hold them in place. So to do that, you drill a hole in there and a hole in there, and just add a bit of wire between the two. I'm hoping I can get away with not needing to do that. So yeah, I'll get the other bits on, and I'll sort that out and come back. Okay, so this is what I've got. I used a bit of plastic from one of the basin kits. I just cut up on the base. Actually, I managed to glue the bottom part of the leg to this base, glue the actual miniature to the base, and then the top part to the leg. So everything was sort of glued in place, ready for the green stuff. Now the green stuff works a little bit crude. It does need another thin layer on top once it's dry. You can always put purity seals and whatnot in the way, you know, to cover up. If you're not happy with the green stuff work, you can always cover it up. No problem. It's not too bad. Also, once you get the other layer on, fan out. That shouldn't look too messy. But saying that as well, you're probably not going to see a lot of it because I'm going to have him. What you might do, I'm going to try and see if I can have him just hold this missile launcher just a little bit relaxed. Not all the way down. Just fire this little bit up there. But I'm just relaxed. A little bit, so not having it up. Having it more down, similar to how the other guy is. I will have some holding it up, but I think with this position, it's proving a bit awkward. If the missile launcher was facing the other way, then I'd probably have him launching it, but I get on there like that. And then once I cut that bit off, the other arm should sit on there quite nicely. I was hoping to have like a point and arm going the other way, but I don't have anything like that, but that would be quite cool also. So yeah, I'll get the rest of them bits on. So again, the heads I'm using, these are ones from the Infiltrators set for the Primaris Marines. I think they work quite well for Devastators, but you could literally use any head that you wish. Just any Space Marine head, any head from the entire range, from any of them, Dark Angels, Space Wolves, Blood Angels, regular Marines, they all fit, just anything you want. So yeah, I'll get the rest of this one made up and then we'll try and do one kneeling down, which I'm absolutely... Okay, so while I'm waiting for some of the components of that previous Marine to dry, let's have a look at this one. So essentially what you want to do is exactly what we've done with the leg on the previous one. This time I want to do it to both legs. So just a case of either running your blade up and down a miniature or running the miniature up and down the blade. Because you could do that if you want. I don't really recommend it. So yeah, again, just follow the armour and just chop off. So I'll do that on both of them. Okay, so I'm looking at some existing Space Marine kneeling legs. So this is the foot we want to have at the back. So we need to sort of chop the foot up to have that sort of going back on itself. So I'm just going to use clippers here. And yeah, so we want this foot to be sort of like that actually. That sort of goes on back on itself. Alright, sort of bent as I cut it, and that sort of bent that in the way that I need it, so that's cool. And then this bit here, we need to sort of file down this part of the leg. And that'll help a little bit. It's so daunting because I've never done anything like it before, but essentially that'll go in there like that. Now I'm not sure what's going to happen with the knee pad just yet, but that'll go on there like that. We'll have a bit of foot on. Now with the kneeling legs that you get in the command squad, that's what I'm using for my reference. They actually have a bit of terrain that you kneel on, so I could also add something like that. But I think once we get the leg plate in as well, I've got to sort of compensate for that. That's going to be in there as well, so getting the foot on is going to be interesting. So just chop that off. So it all looks okay now, but the foot might actually sit over. It doesn't really fit over there, so what I'm going to do is maybe chop this bit, this little ridge here, just chop that off completely. Only we'll know it's not there, no one's going to notice. So as long as we don't tell anyone, they'll never know. So yeah, that's not going to look too bad. Oh, it's okay actually. I quite like it. Yeah, let's get that glued up. And yeah. Okay, so I've essentially done the same thing with this leg here as I've done on the previous guy. The green stuff looks really crude at the moment. I haven't flattened it down or anything. It's just in there. I can file it all down, smooth it out and whatnot. It's just in there to try and position it. I've basically had to sort of stick some dollops in just to get the position. And you see there's a gap there which I'll fill as well. And then here it'll be filed down a little bit as well. I quite like how, I mean the foot looks a little stretched and bent, but it's not too bad. Put this little bit of terrain here just to elevate it slightly, otherwise it's a bit on the wonk. And of course it is sort of fairly difficult, especially with my limited green stuff skills, to get these repositioned, but again, still early days. There'll be some filing down and whatnot to get that a bit neater, and I'll probably end up covering up some of the errors. So what I will say with this one, if you are using a missile launcher and you want to copy this and make your guy kneel down, if you can have his left leg as the one propped up, do that. Just the way this body was, it really needed to be the right leg propped up rather than left, because obviously once I put this missile launcher on, he's going to be facing this way, but I suppose it could still work. I would prefer him having his leg up the way he's shooting his missile launcher, but it's not like if he was in battle firing, you know, facing one way, he wouldn't suddenly sort of switch position to fire in a different direction. He would just literally just shoot in a different direction. So, you know, it's an aesthetic thing, but I hope it's going to look okay when it's done. So just getting the missile launcher bits ready. If you were using other Havoc weaponry, it might be a bit tricky having them kneeling down. A big old sort of heavy bolt of ammo could be in the way and whatnot, so you'd probably get away with this original pose alright though. It's really just a case of trying it out. But yeah, you know, if you was wondering how easy and how good the Devastator weapons fit on the Primaris bodies, then hopefully I showed you that they fit pretty well. The Primaris bodies are only slightly wider than the regular ones, so you don't really have too much to worry about. You can position the arms slightly inwards if you want, so they do reach across, but yeah, you should have no issues doing that. So yeah, I'm going to get this guy done and get the other guy finished up, and then we'll work on a sergeant and make him look interesting. Okay, so here's the three we've got so far. So that's backpack slipping off. As a note on the backpacks, you cut a little peg off the back and then attach them. That one doesn't want to stay on. They're still drying a little bit. But yeah, apart from that, looking pretty cool. Obviously you can see little gaps here and there. I've got to wait for this green stuff to fully cure before I can start filing bits down and adding little bits. But you'll see that before the end of the video. And we've got this guy here as well. The way I paint my Imperial fists as well, they have quite battered up and beaten armour, so I haven't got to be too neat with them, which is good for me, because obviously, as I say, my green stuff works is a bit lacking. But yeah, we're going to move on to the sergeant. Before we do that though, I'm just going to sort that backpack out off camera and then we'll get... Okay, so I've got some bits lying around that I'm going to try and play with. So, dipping back into the Infiltrators, I think there's bits from the Infiltrators in the Start Collecting set. The Op Chalice bit set, so I've been filing and cutting down the shoulder pad because they're not actually meant to have these shoulder pads on there. But filed down to it fit. I like that you get a little pouch with it as well. I'm not really too worried about what equipment sergeants armed with weapon-wise. So I'm just going to go with a bolt gun and a probably chainsword. I need to come up just a little bit. That's better. So it looks a bit messy there, but once the shoulder pad goes on, I'll cover all that up, like so. I'll give that a bit of time to dry first. I've got this chainsaw. This is just from the Assault Squad. Nothing special. The regular old Space Marine arms still fit okay on Primaris stuff, so don't be afraid to use them. They're a tiny bit shorter than Primaris arms, but you really don't notice it too much. I mean, I'm talking about using old Space Marine arms rather than using more video, but you know what I mean. And while he's drying, we can work on his backpack. So I've got an infiltrator's backpack. I like it because you get the little aerial. Find my clippers, I just cut these little bits off and just file that around. So we get that nice surface there. What I'm going to do, I've got this Imperial Fist upgrade sprue, and I'm going to take this little scanner thing. And this is going to represent, I think it's called a sigil, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they have this little thing on their backpack, a little target thing. So, I don't know if to replace the aerials with it actually. I might do. I just happen to have these backpacks lying around. So you could use normal plain backpacks. I think having them and the aerials is a bit too much. What happens if I get rid of one? I could always get rid of one to see what that looks like. That's not terrible actually, if I can get that sort of sitting side by side. Yeah, okay. Just file that down flat. Just makes it a little bit different, doesn't it? And stick that on. Here's a bit of a funny angle, but is that even the right way around actually? I think it is. I don't know. Actually, no, looking at it, I think it might go that way. I don't really know. Either way looks pretty good. I think it's that way, actually. I actually like it better, so it's that way now. Get that glued on. So yeah, normally you'd have, obviously, 5 Devastators. I've got another Intercessor's body laying around here somewhere, but I'm not going to go hunting for it. I'll only make them up just like this one. I'm not going to go mucking around with more different poses. They're still in the drying phase, but they're pretty solid now. But yeah, if your green stuff work is better than mine, not that this is finished, but if your green stuff work is better than mine, then definitely don't be afraid to try this, because they don't look terrible. Right, so yeah, back in a minute with a completed Sergeant, and then we'll wrap up. And here we have my Devastator Squad. So yeah, believe it or not, I've neatened up with green stuff a little bit. I'm sure it'll be fine when it's painted and smoothed it out. I think I still need to add a little bit more just down there, so it won't need another little layer, but you'll notice there's also 5 of them. I found the other body I had, so it's like a walking forward intercessor body, so I thought I'd have quite a relaxed pose with the missile launcher down. I had to give him a bolt pistol on the other arm because I didn't really have any other left arms to give him, but yeah, he looks pretty cool. Got a sergeant at the back here with his chainsword and bolt gun. Nothing too special, but works as a sergeant. And yeah, obviously main focus really has been on these two, just trying to reposition them. I really like how this one's turned out. Again, you know, I'm sure you guys can do better green stuff work than me, but it'll be fine. Once I get the scheme that I use painted on there, they're going to look pretty good. I've done some other repositioning in that army, and it's quite easy to cover up the mistakes with the type of scheme and dirty look that I use. I will add other little bits and pieces to these just to match my theme that I go with for my Imperial Fists, but in these videos I just try and keep them basic, just so everyone can sort of see what they would look like for a more traditional Space Marine army, but yeah, pretty basic really, which is why I've gone for the bit of repositioning. Devastator arms fit pretty well on the intercessor body, so if you want your Primaris size Devastators, then yeah, you can do it pretty easy. And so I've done quite a few things sort of Primaris size now, Soul Squad, Vanguard Veterans, Devastators, and if you do want to see them other videos, you can find them in the conversion segment, conversion playlist on our channel. Feel free to subscribe and you can keep up to date with future videos. I've got some more conversion videos and painting videos in the works, and with 9th edition there'll be some mat reps coming as well, so lots to look forward to. And yeah, feel free to give this video a like. Any comments down below. I always take requests for conversion videos, as I've done with this one. So yeah, see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then please feel free to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. You can also click that bell icon to be notified when a new video has gone live on this channel. On the screen now are 2 more videos that you may wish to check out, and a link to our Patreon page also. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.